Welcome back to Kick It and Waffle. I wish I was good enough to play some professional sports, but fantasy is the best I can do. So welcome to a new series. This is Fantasy Premier League, Road to Recovery, because the start of the season has been absolute rubbish for me. I'm currently 6.5 millionth in the world out of 10 million players. So not doing really well, but here's our chance to come back and come back strong. In these videos, I'm going to be talking through some of the transfers I'm looking to make, some of the most popular players in the game, injuries, things like that. I'm also an Arsenal fan, so I might even talk to how those games are going. The good thing about this is I'm so bad that I'm open to any suggestions from you guys in terms of players I should bring in, players I should shift out. And I'm also ready to take a bunch of risks as well because I've started the season so badly. I need players that not many other people have, so take the risk and see if it pays off to try and get back to the top. My lowest rank so far in the last few weeks has been 7 million. In the last 2 weeks, I've got small green arrows that have brought me up to 6.5, which is nothing to write home about. There are teams that are doing incredibly well at the moment. I know it's still early days. I think I can get close to them. We'll see how we go. But over the next few weeks, I'm just going to make some transfers that I think could work out well for me in the long term. To kick things off, I'll explain to you why I'm struggling so much so far in the season. At the start of the season, I did not have Haaland in my team, and I did not have Salah in my team either. I thought I could go against the grain. I thought I was being a genius, and I tried to play other players in there to try and get more points because I saw Haaland was about 70% owned or something like that. 4 weeks into the league, Haaland had like 2 or 3 hat-tricks, and I was on the ropes. Used my wild card in game week 6 to bring Haaland in, and obviously after that, no goals for Haaland. So that's the situation at the moment. There is a lot of luck that goes into it. I know that as well. But again, you just got to do what you can and try and get the best result. As we continue this series, I will have some of my friends come on as well, talk about how their fantasy teams are going, as well as how the Premier League is going in general. I've got friends that support teams from across the entire Premier League, so they've got some outrageous takes and opinions, so we'll be able to hear them out as well. So jumping into fantasy right now, this is how I performed last week. As you can see, my team got 39 points, which is not the greatest thing, but it was a small green arrow with the average being 36 points and the highest points getter getting 98. As you can see, I had Saka in my team who did not play, so he was subbed on by Digne, who got 4 points. Down here on my bench, I had Keane. He had a great game. I believe he was the highest points scorer in the entire league for the week. So devastated that I had him on the bench, but I bench him every week. Looking at the rest of my team, the strikers, none of them performed. As you can see, Calvert-Lewin got 2 points, Havertz 2 points, Haaland also got 2 points, and I had him as my captain, so we got 4 there. Other than that, I had 1 assist from Maddison, who got subbed off at half time for strategic reasons, no injury, so that's a little bit better. And Burmo, nothing. Rogers got a return there as well, which helped out a lot. Guardiola, who I brought in last week, he also got a return as well, which is awesome. Porro, nothing. Gabriel, nothing. Edison, nothing. And Digne with an assist as well. So again, overall, not the best week, but also not the worst. Green arrows is what we're looking for. We're just trying to get better and better. So 39 points. Going into this week's team. This is how my squad looks at the moment. Obviously, Saka. Arteta has come out and let us know that he is unlikely to play this week. It's 10 million wrapped up in one player. That's a tough amount to be just leaving on your bench for another week. So I am going to look to move him on for this week. I would love to get him back at a later date. Looking at the next couple of weeks, I need to make a change to Saka just so that I can have someone in that position that is getting me some points until he comes back from injury. So at this point in time, it does say he's 25% available. Again, 25%, not really filling me with too much confidence. And another thing is this week he has Liverpool, next week Newcastle, and then game week 11 he has Chelsea. Both the Newcastle and Chelsea games are both away from home. The important thing here is, who do I bring in for Saka? Saka is an invaluable member of that Arsenal team. I'm going to miss him. He's our star boy, but obviously I need some points over the next couple of weeks to continue to head in the right direction on fantasy. So I'm going to have to bring someone in. At this point in time, there are a few options I could do. The easy option is to bring Son in for Saka. Son is priced at 9.9 million. He has a decent set of fixtures coming up as well. He's got Crystal Palace away this week, and then we go on to Aston Villa and Ipswich. Obviously, Man City after that, it's always a tough game for anyone. But yeah, that's probably going to be the easiest answer here. But again, like I mentioned at the start of the video, I need to start making picks that are more differential to start climbing up the rankings. So if we're looking here, I think it is clear to see that Son is going to be everyone's favorite to bring in. As you can see here, the top transfers in this game week, Guardiola being the first one, then it's Son and Burmo, Raul and Palmer. I'm looking to really boost myself up those ranks. So I'm going to go for something that people aren't going to agree with. It's going to be a tough decision to explain, especially if it fails, but I think I'm ready to take that risk. And for the first time this season, I'm going to look to bring in Bruno Fernandes into my lineup. So if I'm to take Saka out, again, because I have nothing in the bank and only one free transfer, unless I take a negative 4 points and use 2 transfers, I can only use that 1 transfer and I have to bring someone in that's priced less than Saka. So Palmer's 10.9, Salah's 12.6. Those 2 I'm priced out of. Son is the easy option. De Bruyne, injured at the moment. Foden, just coming back from injury. I think he's quite a good pick as well, just because I think it's only about 7%. Yep, 6.8% of people own him at the moment. So it's not a huge amount. But I think Bruno, who I think is also a 6.8, yep, 6.7% of people own him. Bruno, with the hate that he gets and the fixtures that he's coming up, I think this could be a great differential pick for me. West Ham away, like I mentioned before with Arsenal, that's a great fixture. Chelsea at home, it's not the best fixture in terms of, United's going to smash them or whatever it is, but Chelsea's defense isn't the strongest in the league, so I don't mind that. Then after that, you have 3 out of, let's say, 5 of the best fixtures in the entire league. So there's Leicester at home, Ipswich away, and Everton at home. I'd say Southampton, you'd put them into that category as well, but those 3 are the best fixtures anyone's going to get through the entire season. And that's 3 in a row. If I have Bruno in there for that period of time, and then I can get rid of him before that Arsenal-Man City period, it might help me claw back some ranks there if it goes well. So at this point in time, I'm looking to make that transfer. As you can see, that gives me an extra budget of 1.8 million as well. I can make good adjustments, bring in some bigger players. This does put me in a position where there are no premium midfielders in my team. Premiums being Mo Salah, Saka, Son, and Palmer. You could chuck Foden in there as well, but those are your real premium midfielders, and I don't have any of them in my team. It is a risk, but I think I'm going to take that risk. Again, going back to where my rank is at the moment, I think it's time to take those risks. So there's my thoughts ahead of game week 9. I'm bringing Bruno in. I'm taking the big risk. Let's see if it pays off. Who knows? If there are other differential picks that you think are risky that I should do, just put them in there. I've got nothing to lose. I've started the season and I'm shithouse, so I'm happy to make any and all changes. As always, like, subscribe, good stuff like that. I got more videos with my friends coming soon, so hope you enjoy and see you soon.